like this, the South got something to say.
Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to Flex's View, man. It's the last one. It's nighttime for me as I'm doing this. You lot are getting this in the morning, but it's nighttime for me because I'm going to be on my way back to the UK after the pre-season tour has finished here in the States. Josh and KG, they're going to remain here for an extra day, but I got to get out of here, man. Which led me on to the next thing, which was basically talking about my takeaways from tour, what I've learned from tour, what I've taken in about how the team's looking, how the players are looking, and what I'm expecting. Did I see what I wanted to see? Was I happy with what I saw? Did I see enough? All of these types of things. And there's some individuals as well that I've been really impressed with. So let me get into it. First of all, the first things first is we won the tournament. Like, listen, it's pre-season, you can't go extra, it's a trophy, all of that shameless stuff. But just the job of everyone coming to the Premier League Summer Series is to make sure you lift the trophy. So that's a tick. I'll take that. We move on. I'm seeing the team be more organised. I'm seeing the team be more organised without a doubt. I'm seeing the intention of the team be there to play quickly, to pressure the opponent, and to win the ball back quickly. And for far too many times, all them games last year when we were shit, all them games last year, one of the biggest things that was the problem was obviously, of course, scoring goals and Ruben's tactics and all of that stuff. That's fine. They're all glaringly obvious things. But one of my biggest bugbears last year in all of the crap was just our basic lack of application in terms of intensity. Like, to me, it's actually my biggest non-negotiable in football for me. Not working hard enough, not having an intent or a hunger or appetite to win the ball back, not passing crisply, not passing with zip. Like, I don't understand it. Like, not looking after your mate, like pass appreciation, as you call it in football, giving man a ball that's too much to the side, or not zipping it into his feet, or not playing it into space so he can take it in his stride. All these types of things, basic intensities. Because when I look at all the top teams, I say this all the time, when I look at all the top teams and all of the players that are top players, the true thing that makes them top teams and top players is not the individual moments of brilliance that happen once in a while. The top players and the top teams just do all of the basics of the games super consistent. That's your 5-yard passes, your correct passes that aren't too hard, knowing when to shoot, knowing when not to shoot, knowing what pace to pass the ball at, having a hunger to work hard and get back into position to keep your shape, or go on the front foot to win the ball back. They're just basics of football if you're going to be a pro. And for me, that was missing. Of course, we had to add physicality to the team, and we've done that in Brian and Boomer. We've done that in Mateus Cunha. Young Diego Leon's a working project. We're trying to do that in terms of Benjamin Sesko. But we need physicality. The manager's spoken about it, but I've been pleased that the fact that I could see it noticeably. There's a hunger and an appetite to win the ball back quickly. And it's backed up by actually speaking to the players, where they're saying, you know, the last the interview we did with Lenny Yoros, he said it then. I asked him, like, where's that intensity coming from? Is it just the manager telling you that, or is it just because you don't understand you're a little bit more confident now? And he said it's a bit of both. They don't want to let the position play. So I've been very pleased with that. I've been pleased with the feeling of the camp. Like, I know there's always lip service, and I know there's always, these criminals, it's last season you did this and last season you did that. But the only way to move forward is, ironically, to actually move forward and, to a certain extent, draw a line under last year. I feel like that line has been drawn in terms of attitude. Anyway, of course, we don't know about results. We don't know about tactics. We don't know how they're going to be at the beginning of the season to really say that last season was in the past. But in terms of how you need to go about your business to make sure you start on the right foot, to make sure it stays in the past, I've seen that. You know, we've seen a new leadership group announced as well. Ruben Amorim said, I think it's the likes of Diogo Dalot, Harry Maguire, Licha, Bruno are in this leadership group. I think that's important. And when I've spoken to all the players and people on the ground, they're talking about the feeling in the dressing room. Luke Shaw spoke big on, you know, it's not toxic in there anymore. Dalot spoke when I sat down with him. He said, you know, if you don't show the commitment at this club, like, you're just not going to succeed here. Lenny Yoros has spoken, Patrick Dorgu has spoken about it. So they've all been speaking about the feeling in the dressing room, and I've heard glowing references about Matheus Cunha's impact in the dressing room as well. Not so much Brian and Bruno, as in not that he's a bad impression on the dressing room, but in terms of he's a more quiet and reserved character in the dressing room. But from what I'm hearing, Matheus Cunha is the complete opposite of that. He is full on. He's taking it in his stride. He's some people even saying it feels like he's been here for many, many years already. Like he's endearing himself to that. He has that character. So that's a positive. I think we creating chances has been good in the 3 games that we've played, especially the first 2. West Ham, you look at the 2 goals we scored against West Ham, they came from mistakes because we were pressing and creating chances. You look at the Bournemouth game, again creating chances. Dorgu's been excellent. He's been my player of the tour. To be fair, Dorgu, you could call it most improved, you could call it player of the tour, one to watch out for, expecting big things from, whatever the title is you want to give it, you want to call it, I would give it to him, because I think he showed actually what he's about. It's about consistency, of course, but he also spoke to us and said, I've been here for longer now. Like I've got my feet on the table. I feel more settled. So that's a very, very important thing from him. Lenny Yoro is going from strength to strength. He's looked strong. Like I said, man, I just get this assurance from Lenny that he's just going to be good in his duels. He's good on the ball. He's anticipating more now. He's getting stronger. He's getting more physical. And I actually, you know what? I'll be honest. This is an early shout. With Lenny Yoro, we know he was tipped to go to Real Madrid before we come here. They were looking at him like legit. I think we have to be careful that if we don't like show the right minerals as a team, not necessarily win something big, but we have to show that we're going in the right direction within the next, I would say, 2 seasons. Because let's have it right, Lenny Yoro, I think, has the ability and the ceiling to just have solid seasons in them 2 years, and all of a sudden Real Madrid come back. Do you know what I'm saying? Or Bayern Munich are looking, or you know what I'm saying, or Barcelona are looking, or another top team in Europe where he could look elsewhere. And I'm not saying that that's a thing now. I'm not saying that his eyes are. I'm not saying you can see he's so committed. He's just, this is first year, this is second year now, and he's getting so much more comfortable. But I'm just thinking forward. Like I'm saying he's that good. I believe he's that good, and he's going to keep improving to be that good. That in a couple of years, if we're not saying nothing and we're still languishing and nothing on, I could see the big boys coming in for him genuinely, because I believe he's that good. So I'm super happy with Lenny Yoro. Here's my concerns now, though, from the tour. So that's the positives. There's probably a few more as well, but you guys we kind of know what they are. There's not huge ones. I think I've touched on the main ones. The negatives are the thing that I've been saying for the longest amount of time. Midfield, man. Like, I understand that there's an understanding that if the players are doing what they're supposed to be doing on a more consistent basis, we'll get better performances. If the gaps are, if we're pressing well as a unit, we're going as a unit, the trigger points are there, then Kobe Mainoo might not have as much space he has to deal with. Ugarte hasn't got loads of spaces he has to deal with. That's fine. But in terms of having Bruno back there, I've said it, man. I just feel he's going to be the biggest scapegoat ever, and also it's not his favoured position. Yes, he's that good, Bruno. He would still put numbers on the board. But in terms of us being a proper team to actually do something this year, it's not just about Bruno putting numbers on the board. He's going to do that regardless. Bruno put numbers on the board last year and we finished 15th. But his season on a personal reflected someone who was in a good team. If you took away Man United's stats, Man United where they finished and how disgusting we were last season, and just took Bruno Fernandez's numbers and said, where do you think this guy finished in his team when he's got the amount of goals and assists that he had? You wouldn't say 15th. You wouldn't say 15th. You know what I mean? So Bruno scoring and assisting is good. It's something he always does. I don't take that for granted. I love Bruno. But now there's been a big tactical shift in asking him to play further back. He didn't do that in the last game. It was Kobe and Ugarte. But I think when you get Matheus Cunha and Bruno functioning, I think we're going to see them in the 10s. And once we get the striker, they'll go into the 9, of course. So that naturally will put Bruno back one. And I'm not feeling that midfield. I'm not feeling it at all. I think it's got trouble written all over it. We'll win games here or there. But I think against the top teams, the better teams, I'm going to say 6 to 7 times out of 10, maybe even more, that we're going to get undone in midfield. And I think that's a big worry for me. look, I'm not saying we don't need a striker. I've been very big on that. We've all been big on that. We absolutely have to get a striker. The club are trying to work on a striker as the next signing. So there's no point me moaning about it. But I just hope to God that once they get this striker, we also get a number 6. I can't tell you how important it is. I know there's been a lot of talk on the shows about how important it is, you know, what the priority is. There's obviously goalkeeper in there as well. But please, man, do not underestimate this 6 situation. Ugarte showed us, for me, what it will be in the season. And actually, all of them did. Casemiro specials, we know what that is. To be fair, to back in the last season, Casemiro actually became quite important because of the nature of the games, being in Europe and away from home and stuff like that. You use the experience. And off the bench, fine, no worries. But Casemiro's not going to start that many games unless he does a madness. Ugarte showed us against West Ham, he can have a game like that. But look how he was for the most part against Everton. Not very good at all. Those things are all still there. Partner that with Bruno, who's always going to try things from a deeper position. Sometimes he's just going to choose the wrong pass, completely enforce it because that's just in his game. Other times he's going to attempt the right pass, but the execution isn't going to be good enough. Kobbie Mainoo, I like the fact that Ruben's trying to find a space for him to play in midfield because we have to do that because I don't want Kobbie looking for a new club as well. But again, same thing, if the partner's not right, issues. So midfield, 6, 6, 6. Do you know what I'm saying? Drizzy, 666. Toronto, whatever you want to call it, OVO, 666. Get me the 666. That's what I need to see, man. So that was another thing that was a negative on tour. But overall, it's been a positive tour. I think it's been a good reaction to what's going on. And for me, listen, just go and get me more players. Go and get me more players. I think the players that are here have done what they're supposed to be doing, increasing the mood, increasing how they're feeling, getting more comfortable. Ruben's been very bullish. I've liked how he's been. All of that's fine. I'm happy with that. But if we don't fix the midfield, forget it. Cunha and Bruno will obviously raise our levels. I'm very happy with them. We'll score more goals by having them. I'm absolutely sure of that. Ahmad looks good at right wing back. Dallow's got work to do, that's for sure. Luke Shaw, actually I say that's for sure. Luke Shaw, he's going to be starting left centre back for sure. But it's about injuries with him. Can he stay healthy? Mason Mount looks in good condition. He scored a good goal against Everton last night as well. So there's little positives there, man. Xerxes hasn't played any minutes yet. That's a bit of a concern. So he's still injured. Leach is on his way back. But apart from them two, everyone's fit. And actually, that's the last positive. We didn't get any other injuries from being here at the time of recording anyway. I don't want to wake up in the morning and I hear different. So top stuff. I'm happy with that. That's my takeaways from tour. I'm pleased. And we have to, this Fiorentina game, David De Gea is coming back. Great. We need to honour him and we need to give him a nice little send-off that he didn't get to have, even though Nana said that to us. But the game, listen, we have to take that shit seriously. This is the last chance we've got to put things right before facing Arsenal. And then you have to go with it. So treat that this game is important. I don't want to see people taking that lightly because it's Fiorentina. It's a nice day for David De Gea. Yes, that bit can be done before and after the game, but that game needs to be taken seriously. And I want to see a top performance against Fiorentina at home. You know, all you guys who haven't been here in America and get the chance to see Mbeumo and Cunha up front, up close, in the flesh at Old Trafford as well. And it's their first chance of playing at Old Trafford for Manchester United as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Smash a like on the video, people. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. I'm out of here, man. Peace.